Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys with another Why Run podcast live. And up on panel, we got Just Right.
Who was that guy?
Nope. All through the rest of October, it's no boo that guy.
Especially in October. It is boo. Halloween. Boo.
No. No.
It's a scary month.
What? Who am I? What?
Yeah.
So I said, who am I? Hi, babe.
Hi, baby.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Oh, that's good. No headache?
No, thank goodness.
Yes. And you want to tell them this fun fact?
Fun fact. Yeah, because, well, we always talk about drinking water, and I always get on audio about not drinking water because she's always got headaches. And I hardly ever have headaches, so recently I've noticed that I've been getting headaches. And I'm like, why? If I'm doing all the right things, right? I'm hydrating with electrolytes and stuff. So
Ecolytes, continue.
Ecolytes, yes. And last night, I right before I got in bed, I was like, man, I haven't drank water today. So I was like, fuck. And I have this water jug that's like 32 ounces or whatever, right? So I gulped that down, thinking, okay, I'll be good for the rest of the night. And then all of a sudden, I started getting this headache, and I was like, what the hell? How is this normal? Another thing, I didn't drink my coconut water yesterday. And then so after I drank the water, I was chilling, and then I had a headache. I was like, what the hell? This doesn't make sense. But then, you know, the algorithm was like, oh, your head hurts? Here, let me show you why. So I was scrolling on social media, and it showed me this thing that said when you gulp your water down, it makes your brain swell, which causes a headache. That's why they recommend for you to sip your water throughout the day. The earlier you start, the better. They say the first thing you're supposed to do is drink water before you have coffee and all that stuff, because you haven't drank water all night. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Does it though?
Like, oh, yeah. Yes, it does. What happens to a sponge when you put water in it, or when you put it in water?
It just
It
gets
expands,
really... No. Not really.
If you take a dry sponge and you put it in water, it expands. It sucks the water up. It soaks it up.
I mean, it don't... I mean... It just...
Baby, wait, do you have any sponges? Yes, you do. That blue sponge. Go grab that sponge and put it in a container with water and see if it expands. That's what happens to your brain when you get water.
Yeah, but so did it dry small?
What?
Yeah, because
it's small when it dries up.
No, it actually holds its shape. Yes, it does, because
I'm not saying that it like sucks itself in, but it does.
Yeah, but when
it does get smaller.
No, because if you wet a sponge that already has its form, then it doesn't. It just gets heavy. It just gets heavy, and then when you squeeze it out, it goes to its shape. Oh my God!
You're trying to get technical with me, babe.
No, I'm getting real. That's what it is.
When you take a sponge out of its original package, yes, because they do compress them when they ship them. That's not what I'm talking about. Like right now, is the sponge in your sink dry?
Is it dry?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all know that Audie don't like to wash dishes anymore.
Well, yeah, but Mom's been there, so maybe she washed them. I don't know, but Yeah, even if it's full shape, it's still dry and it's sunk in. If you put it in water, it'll expand. Trust me, I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist,
Mm-hmm.
babe. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens with your brain.
Right, right, right.
It just was a. It's like your tissues, when you have water retention. If you're all swollen.
Okay, so you gotta make it clear though, because people they're gonna perceive this like, oh, so drinking a lot of water isn't good. No, what he's saying is
Drinking,
that you
yeah,
can't chug the water.
yeah. You
Because
can
that's how I'm perceiving it right now. It's like, okay, so don't drink a lot of water to like
don't drink a
chugging.
lot of water all at once, and like one sitting. Like don't drink 32 ounces of water in 10 minutes. You need to drink that throughout the day. Of course, you're gonna drink more, but yeah, don't drink it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do what I did. This,
You know what? I never like to I don't like to chug water like if I'm not doing anything, but of course if I'm going out doing deliveries and shit like that, then yeah, I kind of like chug my water a little bit. But I always remind myself that when I'm chugging the water, like not to like overdo it because yeah, like I used to do that. Like I used to just like try to take in so much water because you're thirsty at the mouth. You know, like your mouth is what's thirsty, but your belly is telling you that it's full. And like yeah, there were a couple times where I over chugged my water, and then when I got out of my car, it was pouring out of my mouth. So like
what the heck?
yeah, I used to do that. Like I used to just chug and then like oh, I don't feel good, and then when I get out of my car, I take a deep breath, it just pours
Oh
out of my
yeah.
face. Yeah. So like now, like when I chug water, I just take like 4 or 5 chugs and then I'm like, okay, I got to chill. And then I gotta cool off in the car, with the air conditioning, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. So it's so weird that you don't think that that's something that you have to teach yourself, like when enough is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because you just remember when you're a kid, you're running around outside, and then like you go to drink water, and you're just like really like chugging like a water bottle, or you're chugging down like Kool-Aid, and you just don't, but you're running around running it off. So as an adult, like you just kind of you forget what uh like I guess like what that felt like. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like your body fell out of that physical stuff when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I guess children just maintain it better. Like what I was telling Rob is that yeah, like kids don't feel the heat.
Now we're just dumb as kids. Little uglies are dumb. They don't know to drink water.
Gosh.
And well, so instead of chugging water when you feel like your mouth is dry or you're thirsty at the mouth, like you said, that's when you're supposed to like suck on salt. It's better to get it like some sea salt or kosher salt or just coarse salt and put it in your mouth
Yeah,
instead
but
of
do
like trying
kids
to.
need it though as
No, I'm
children?
talking
Or
to you.
oh,
I'm talking to you.
oh, okay. My
Like
bad.
when you said that you chug a lot of water when you're doing deliveries, that's because your mouth is dry.
Do I?
And no, you said that. You said that you
Yeah.
normally don't chug your water, that you drink only when you're doing deliveries because your mouth is dry and you
Mhm.
feel
Yeah.
thirsty in your
Yes.
mouth. That's it. Instead of chugging all water, or make it salt water, it'll take that away from like electrolytes or stuff like that. If it's plain water, it's not gonna do anything. That's why I said if you can drink water all day and it's not gonna hydrate you, and you can also intoxicate yourself with too much water. It could be toxic to you. So we do need electrolytes, which is pretty much sodium, which is salt. So salt water. And I know people are like, guys, it's salty water. Bleh. Put some lemon in there, man. Like, what's the point really of drinking? You can drink 5 gallons of water every single day, and it's not good for you. People think, oh, well, I'm hydrating, but no, you're not. And kids, um, I think, I don't want to sound like like I'm trying to say that I'm a professional at kids and their systems and stuff, but kids just don't understand um when they're thirsty. That's why as kids and a lot of people that I talk to now, they're like, "Oh, when I was a kid, I never drank water." Yeah, because we're
Mm-hmm.
dumb. And honestly, because
No, we
of
just were like you, that we didn't want to come back home inside the house and drink water
yeah,
because we might get in trouble and won't be able to go back outside.
yeah, but
See, it wasn't because.
we don't understand what being thirsty is. We don't know what hydrating is when we're kids. We're just like, oh, I just want something to eat. That wasn't so bad. I just want something in my mouth.
Oh my god.
No, but see, as kids, because they do force us to eat our vegetables and eat fruit, right? So we are getting hydration from that. As adults, we're like, oh, I don't like vegetables anymore. Like, shut up and eat them. Just shut up and eat your carrots.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I think I said that many times on the wine run, that when I was little, I never used to drink water, and I would have a lot of heat strokes because of that. So,
Hmm.
yeah, like no adult has ever told me that you must drink water. Even our PE teacher in elementary school, she's never told us to, like, oh, you guys better drink water, you guys better stay hydrated. Like, she just threw us out in the middle of the fucking summer sun, expecting us to run
Yeah,
12 fucking laps without
it should be
telling
illegal
us.
for kids to be
Well,
outside in
this was
Arizona.
like back in the day when you were able to
Arizona,
like slap your kids and not get in trouble.
yeah, but
Now,
Arizona has always been hot, though.
yeah, well, no one still never told us shit. You
Yeah,
know, I would
that's
have
what I'm saying. It should
remembered.
be
You know what
illegal.
I'm saying? Because I was that type of kid that I listened to whatever adult told me to do something. If an adult told me you better drink water, like, best believe I'm gonna be drinking water because an adult told me to.
Hmm.
So, you know, I know it's bad, but that's just the kind of child that I was. No adult has ever said drink water. Like, stay
Hmm.
hydrated, you know, sit down and take a break, come in here and sit in the shade. Man, we were sitting out in the sun with no fucking shade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I
Yeah.
did get a lot of heat strokes. I did pass out a lot. I was always had headaches. Always. And I was always in a nurse's office with a fucking ice pack. They would always throw me like pills to take. I didn't know how to swallow pills, so I would just throw it in the trash and just drink water and just lay on this thing with my fucking ice pack with a pounding headache. Like, I've had headaches all my life, but you know, even to this day I still have fucking headaches, but um yeah, no adult has ever told me to drink water. And then when I did drink something, it was never water, it was always milk. That's why I was a
Mm.
chubby kid when I was little. Like, it was just milk and, like, you know, like Kool-Aid and yeah, I never just had water. Yeah,
Mm.
and it was always milk over everything. So yeah, I was not. I was never a kid to drink water as a kid.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, milk also has salt. Well, it has sodium.
Okay, so I
I
guess I was
think
doing
milk.
it good.
Yeah. Well,
But I was still
that's what I
passing
was
out
saying.
though.
Damn
Still
it, we
getting
missed
hot.
222.
Oh no.
We're gonna start missing them now by 1 minute. Yesterday I was
Yeah.
all up on it.
Yeah, he was every hour.
Well, that's what I was gonna say about milk. Like, kids drink a lot of milk, and that does have sodium.
But now parents are telling their kids not to drink milk or
Yeah,
not so much milk. That's why their kids coming out looking pale as fuck. Just my observation.
the little uglies are weak now.
Don't say-
Is that really offensive?
Well, I mean, people, I mean, over children to, they just go all the way.
What?
They, well, what I'm saying is like, you know how me and you, in the previous episode, we were just like, oh yeah, like we don't approve of these,
Oh, yeah.
celebrities, fucking with kids, but like that's like on that level. But there's people that are like, oh, don't mention kids, don't talk about
No.
kids,
Dude.
and it's like, still a topic, it's still an issue, it still happens. And if it's like, if we just give an opinion that like, oh, we don't feel like it's right, like people like to throw that, oh, well, are you guys parents, like, and they're just like, oh, so what makes you a parenting expert, or like, you don't know how I'm bringing up my kids. And it's just like,
Hmm.
well, with that attitude you got, I can kind of probably figure it out,
That little criminal's gonna show his face.
You're raising little Karens, aren't you?
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know. But
but yeah.
kids are a sensitive topic to some people.
Man, fuck that. I'm not here to please people and their little sensitive selves.
True. But they're still offended.
They can take their offended asses over there.
True.
Go to, no, I was gonna mention a name, but now. What was I gonna say though? Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, sip your water, don't chug your water. That's the fun fact for the day.
Or chug milk.
No.
It has salt in it.
Go suck on a cow.
Go lick a salt block. Go lick a salt block.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a horse that does that? Or is it
Cows. Cows.
Oh, see? I was gonna say, how the hell do they get it? Sodium in cows? Well, that's how.
They're already
That's why.
seasoned.
Yeah.
Okay, now we better stop, or else we're gonna get.
Cows are delicious.
Oh my god.
With bacon and
Oh.
cheese.
Yeah, see, we're getting all types of people that are gonna cancel us.
Well, I thought we were canceled already.
Yeah, I think we are, but I can't know for sure. I don't know if we are for sure. I know we're canceled because of other things, but yeah. I mean, we're not trying to get canceled. I mean, these are just topics, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't
let's
even
finish
have an
up this topic.
opinion.
Oh, no. I'm gonna have my opinion.
We
People
can't
don't
have
to like it.
opinions. We can't have or make remarks. Like, we gotta watch what we say. We gotta come with a bunch of disclaimers.
I
We
thought
have
lived in
to.
America. Freedom of speech.
There's
I
no
thought we were
freedom
free to
here.
say.
There's no freedom in the United
Say.
States. I gotta be real with you guys. And this is coming from a Native American, okay? Listen to us. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
It kind of sucks that we started late, because I know that there was other things that you wanted to talk about, but I don't know if you talked about it on the other recording we did.
In the art struggles?
Yeah.
No, it's just art stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to keep it clean. Even though I do have a parental advisory label on the struggles. Yeah, I really try to keep it to a minimum. But what other things that you thought I was going to say?
About what happened yesterday
What happened yesterday?
at Amazon.
Oh, at my... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to try to say this very, very fast. So, I quit. You heard it before, and you're hearing it again. I quit Amazon because, the work is starting to get strenuous on me. And that's why I was going to leave yesterday. And I was just going to, just clock out and, just come home. But I was approached by this girl, and she was like, "Are you clocking in, clocking out?" I said, "I'm clocking out." And she was like, "Can you come over here and look at this real quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So, long story short, there was this guy that was working on the aisle with me with another lady, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about race, okay? This man and this woman, they were white, and there was another gentleman, and I say gentleman because he was a gentleman. He was helping me lift my bags and all of that. You know, cool dude, cool dude. I wish I got his name, but he was helping me, and POS number one, piece of shit number one. He was like, "Don't help these newbies out." He's telling this dude, "Don't help them out. They need to build their stamina. You know, just come. You know, just being an asshole about it." Because he told the dude twice not to help me, and both times the gentleman was like, "No, it's cool. You know, I don't mind. You know, it's no thing." I tried asking that woman to help me, and she just seemed like she didn't want to help me, but she would help me anyways. So, when this other employee, you know, she was a black chick, she was like, "Come look at what this person has written on this whiteboard." And the whiteboard is a like community board where employees can write or, you know, ask questions, request things. You know, it's you can just write whatever on there. You can be anonymous, or you can write your, you know, your Amazon alias name on there, you know, time and date, things like that. When I read the board, someone wrote, "Do nothing for Hispanic Heritage Month." And in the part where it said, like, "Okay, what's your name?" somebody put Trump rally. And I was like, "That's fucked up." And then she was like, "Isn't it though?" And like, that dude was kind of like standing there with that chick, and like, that chick that was helping me, you know, POS number two, she was like trying to walk away as I was walking up, because she was just helping me on the aisle. And I think she just was trying to separate herself from piece of shit number one. And so it was just crazy, because I was like, okay, so who's gonna do what about this? And so I don't want to refer this woman as a black chick. You know, I don't know what name to call her, but she went to go get help, and like, while we were all having this screaming match, because it was like this guy was like, "Oh, you Mexicans," and I'm just like, first of all, I'm not Hispanic, I'm Native. And he's like, "Oh, you guys are the worst ones." And I'm just like, I don't know any Native American that's bringing up when you guys were fucking, like, you know, like, we're pretty much over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand that Thanksgiving really isn't our holiday. It's a fucking Black Friday holiday. There's no such thing as Thanksgiving anymore. You know, and this guy was like just getting loud, and just, you know, just being so fucking like stupid, and like, "Oh, what's the big fucking deal?" I turned around, and like, all those Amazon employees that had the special vests, and like had like their computers and, you know, things like that, all of them were watching us. None of them got up to address, like, you know, to handle and fix the situation. They were all hiding behind their computer screens as all of this shit was going on. And the only person that was getting loud was that guy. And after that guy was getting loud, I started to get loud, because I was like, "Oh, so all you motherfuckers are just gonna sit back there, way the fuck over there, and watch what's going on, and not trying to like get your dude," you know? And you know, that lady, she went over there and she was just like, hey, like, this guy like wrote on the board and blah blah blah. And like only one of those stupid asses came over and he was just like, what's going on? So, long story short, he was like, oh, well, we don't know who really wrote it. And I was just like, motherfucker, standing right here, and you better check those fucking cameras up there on the goddamn ceiling. And at this point, like, since dude was getting loud, I was getting loud. And like sometimes in these Amazon warehouses, if somebody's starting to get loud, everybody thinks that it's like an announcement, right? So everybody started leaving their stations and started walking over to us, thinking that there was like some kind of announcement, right? So everybody started leaving their stations and then they kind of crowded around, and I was like, now you all know that you guys have a fucking racist among you guys. This piece of shit and this piece of shit over here. And I said, dude, they're not gonna do anything about it. Because the dude, the one of the leaders, he was like, oh, well, we can have like a meeting about it. And I said, meeting about what? Because I told this guy in front of everybody, I said, you guys don't have, like, you guys supposedly, it says on the application that you guys do not tolerate racism. And I know this because I just signed paperwork last week on this very thing that we are talking about. And I said, these two should be fired because they took their political things, right, their political views, and put it on, they wrote it on Amazon property. And you guys said in the fucking documents that I signed, says you guys do not tolerate it, and it is immediate, what was it, like you're immediately fired.
Terminated.
Yes. And I'm looking at this guy like, you guys aren't gonna do shit about it. So that shit was so fucking crazy. I was like, okay, I was gonna leave early because my back was hurting, but I was like, I fucking quit because you guys are gonna side with this piece of shit because he's physically able to do the job. You're not gonna let him go because his political views are his political views, but you're just gonna disclose that he wrote this shit on the whiteboard. The easiest thing for them to do is erase it. So I let dude know, and I let all those people know that were watching. They don't follow their own policies. And, Rob told me to report it. I reported it through the app. I don't know if or when action will be taken. I don't know what they're going to do. But I'm pretty sure they got off of it. I'm pretty sure they just erased it, told everyone to go back to work, and everyone's going to still be working with these pieces of shit because they have no choice. People need the work. People need the paycheck. But, I mean, I hope, we talked about that in previous episodes where spiritual beings, we can't hold a 9-to-5 job. We can't hold a W-2. If we do, we just go there and clean up spiritually. We pick and point out the POSs like I did yesterday, and we leave. We've done our jobs and we leave. But the thing that pisses me off is I don't know, or I don't think they're gonna do anything about it. But for me, it's like everybody knows it. Because I said it out loud. Everybody left their stations to come and listen. Shit, I should have said, yo, check out the Wine Run podcast. You know, you guys need something to listen to while you're working, come check out the Wine Run, you know, but I told them. Right, I should have wrote it on the whiteboard. But I did point out the piece of shit. Everybody knows that he's racist. Same thing with that chick. She was in on it. She knew. She fucking knew. And the way that that they both were treating me on the floor, I was like, no wonder. No fucking wonder. This guy was like, you know, his excuse was that I was new. So he's gonna hide behind that. He's gonna be like, oh, what he really wanted to say was, don't help this brown-skinned, black-haired person. That's what he really meant. Not the newbies. Like, you know, let the newbies do their own shit. Don't do the work for the newbies. So you're gonna hide behind that, bro. But now I know the real reason why you didn't want homeboy to help me. But everybody, I said, all of you guys know that these two are fucking racist. And that's this. And I pointed to the boy and I said, that's what they fucking wrote. Have a nice day. I quit. Mm-hmm.
I hope they do something, but I know that they probably won't.
True.
It's just the type of place we live in now.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, you did your part. You did as much as you could.
I hope so.
From me, give me the address. I'll go.
Rob was asking me, I should have read him spiritually, and I did. You want to tell him what it was?
Oh, I forgot. I don't think about pieces of shit.
Yeah, well, sorry. Okay, I read this guy spiritually, and this guy, and he's done this a couple times. It's not like he just did it one time. But, yeah, whoever, okay, I'll just say it. He eats pussy that has discharge often. And he don't like it. He don't like doing it because he knows it, but he does it anyway. Yeah, so I should have asked him, yo, how's that discharge in your mouth?
Yeah, that's what they said. Because when I said you should have read him spiritually, I meant, like, told them about himself.
No, because they would think that he was eating me and I had discharge. You know, because people aren't gonna know. You know, they're not gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
No, but he wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying.
But you know, it's my reputation too, babe.
You weren't gonna be there anymore.
Nah, fuck that.
Fire to the place.
Like, yeah, you know that Native American girl? Yeah, she got discharged. Like, what? You mean she let go or like actual discharge? See, there's a way you gotta put it. But yeah, that. And then I had another situation at fucking McDonald's too. I damn near walked in the back of McDonald's behind the counter, and they were all trying like, oh, you can't come back here. And I'm just like, you got a lobby full of fucking people and there's no one out here to assist us. And you know, people were waiting to pay with cash. People were waiting for their food pickup, like from DoorDash and Uber. People were wanting refills. People were wanting ketchup and napkins, and no one was out there, but they had a full fucking staff around the corner in the back. Damn. That's what I want to know. Shit.
Cleaning up the burgers. Like that video.
Yes.
Just
Did you guys see
throwing
that
elbows at the
video?
burgers.
There's like this chick. She was acting like a McDonald's employee, putting together a sandwich, beating the hell out of it, and the box, and then she pulled out a box of cold fries from the freezer. I said, "Yup, yup, that's McDonald's."
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's just get into the episode.
Yes.
45 minutes into it.
Yeah.
No, it's just real quick.
Alright.
Lately, there's been people from my past coming around, and I don't know why. I don't know if they all like got had a meeting or like, oh, let's go bother the rock. But it did make me think, especially yesterday. I was like, what, like, people, like, if somebody really fucked you over, if somebody really mistreated you, you don't care where they're at. You don't check up on them. So I guess, you know, because I'm always like, oh, boo that guy, and people don't like me, and if they really cared, then they wouldn't have left or whatever, right? But I guess that kind of speaks to that. If they're coming back around, it's because they do miss something. It wasn't all bad. So whether they're just coming to check up on me and see if I'm still alive or whatever, to see if I'm happy or whatever, or I don't know, maybe they were put up to it, but it's just, like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. So when it's one person, I'll let it pass. When it's two people, it's like, okay, what the fuck's going on? But this is like four people now. And, you know, if it is something that I don't think that these people communicate with each other, so I don't think that that's what it is. I think maybe spiritually something's going on, but I'm not in the same place. I can never see myself being friends or anything with these people again. And it's not like, well, with some of them it is because they're pieces of shit. With other ones, it's just like, we're not on the same, I'm not where I used to be. I'm not in like, I don't, when I listen to myself from back then, because I'm talking about this one app or whatever, but or this one platform that I was on, when I listen to myself back then, like, I'm like, I don't even recognize myself. I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Who was that guy? Who's that guy? But, you know, I don't know, I'm not there anymore. And it seems like the one that I did message with, it seems like he's still there. And I don't know why he's even trying. I think it was clear the last time that I don't want to have any kind of communication with him, so I don't know why he's not getting the hint. But I don't know. I just want to be left alone. I don't have anything to talk to them about. I have nothing to rehash with anyone. Because it's not even like they're hitting me up and saying, hey, you hurt me and I need an apology, or I'm sorry for hurting you. It's almost like they just want to pick up where we left off, and it's like, dude, it's been a whole fucking year. There's been too much growth from me. I'm not there anymore. I don't care. If you hurt me or you think that you did something wrong to me and you want to apologize for yourself, okay, cool, but if not, I don't need it. But yeah, it just made me think, like, why is this happening? But I do still want to say though that I am protected. I protect myself every day, so I'm not afraid that something's gonna happen. I'm not worried about it. I don't think it'll be the end of it. I feel like someone else is coming too, and I don't know. I just hope they find the peace that I've found. You think they're probably checking up to see if I'm still with you?
Yes, because I took a screenshot the other day of a notification that IG threw at me. And it said, congratulations. Congratulations, can't even say that. Your reel got 52 plays. Nice work. And when I checked out which one it was, it was a highlight of when what did you say this morning? You said like I was telling you how to love me.
Yeah. You were telling me that I was doing it all wrong. You were mad at me. You were
Whatever.
asking for a divorce.
Oh my gosh, you
I was
stop.
begging for you not to.
That's what they were. I'm pretty sure that's what they heard in the
Yeah.
highlight.
Yeah.
Because it's just I just I was like, okay, so this was the only reel that stood out to them. And I think you said that this particular highlight got a couple shares.
Yeah.
So we see that you guys are watching and sharing this particular reel where I'm telling Rob, blah 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 blah. You know what, babe? I kind of don't like that. Like me telling him
Yeah.
straight up, and they're just they're just feeding off of that, like just any kind of negativity that we choose to put out there, right? They're just taking that itty bitty little piece, and they're just like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's worse than this, but this is what's going on with them. And it's just like,
I
oh my
think
gosh.
I was gonna say I think we're kind of and for me because I'm not as open as you are. I don't like to. I don't like to. Like I'm more of a private person, but we are very fucking transparent. We're very open with you guys here. We do talk about a lot of shit that I normally wouldn't talk in public. Like this is between me and my wife, but we are transparent. So if we argued, I think it would show because I can tell a certain someone can't stand the fucking this guy. Like she can't stand him. I don't know why she entertains him, but he doesn't get the fucking hint. Like, dude, the way she talks to you, she fucking hates you. She can't stand you. You should get the hint and like respect yourself and just walk away. But me and Audie, like, we do have disagreements. I'm not trying to say that we don't fight. We do have times where we do get mad at each other. Obviously, I'm not gonna run to social media and be like, "Oh fuck," and I had a disagreement with my wife and fuck my life. Like, I'm not gonna do all that shit. It's between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
But we talk about like what we learned from that situation. That's what we talk about. That's what I'm saying. Like we are transparent. I'm not trying to get up here and be like, "Oh yeah, we're holier than thou and we don't argue." It's been the first few months of being married were probably the hardest ones. And there was, like I said before, there was times where I was like, "Holy shit, are we even gonna make it past? Like, are we even gonna get to the year mark, to our first year anniversary?" It's like fuck. But so no, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we don't argue or we don't disagree on things or we don't have like debates where we disagree. We're not gonna agree on everything. But that was one clip, one highlight. And again, I'm not trying to hide anything from anyone. Like I said, we do talk about the times that we do argue.
And when he
And that was,
did choose that particular clip for the highlight, I didn't even get pissed at him. I never said to him, like, damn, babe, why did you clip that one? And why did you already put it out without telling me, without my
yeah,
approval? Like, I was just like, you know what? It happened live. I said it. I don't regret anything. Rob knows what's up. He knows now. But, like, we didn't flip out on each other even after the show.
yeah,
And it was, like, that was some true shit right there. And when he did the highlight, I was like, oh, okay, so that's the one that he put out there. And I reposted it on TikTok. And, like, for me, it was like, yeah, I think this shit needs to be heard for other people to get through their relationships, because that's really what it is showing people how to do it, and that it's okay to let one each other know like what hurt you and what you don't like, and then you just fix it together. That's all that was. But the
Yeah.
fact that it got a shit ton of plays, not only plays, but how many shares?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like it's either they're really taking our message of how to do shit right, or it's because people know us and we know these people that are sharing it to each other, and they're just like, pff,
They
on
can't stand each other.
right. Like they're just taking this
But
little bit and then they're running with it. That's hilarious.
there's like
But
60
go ahead, keep
something
playing it.
highlights. There's like 60 something highlights in that one.
Got the most.
That's yeah, and it's kind of. I mean, I kind of understand it, but again, it's not that we're trying to hide and we just don't talk about when we do have disagreements and stuff. So I don't know. I guess we're doing something right, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking your person to tell you or teach you how to love them better. I think that that's something that we should all do. You know, once a week, once every 2 weeks, sit down with your partner and be like, hey, how can I love you better?
Well, they don't
What
even
can I
know
do?
how to communicate. It just comes out in a screaming match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you guys need more practice. And you guys
Well,
know who
that's.
you are.
Oh no, they need to just leave each other the fuck alone.
No, I want them to stay
Honestly.
together because they're really trying to search something within us, and it's like, man, you guys spend so much paying attention to us. You guys need to look at yourselves. You know, because you guys
Yeah.
watch us. You guys listen to us, but you guys aren't taking our advice and put it into your own shit. Maybe that's just what you guys hate the most. That it's not really
Mm.
us. It's you guys. You guys can't face each other. So go on, keep doing what you're doing. Keep listening and sharing our shit. Thank you so much.
I want them to stay together because that way they stop hurting other people. Like they're
True
doing
that.
to them to with each other what they would do with multiple people, and it's like,
Yeah, like Miss
okay,
Star Trek trying to have her cake and eat it too. Shit, man. Just
right?
fucking stay there.
Yeah. Well,
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to go soon, babe. But
Yeah,
I
I
just wanted
think.
to go.
No, I was just gonna say I think we're done anyway.
Yeah. Well, what was the other part? Oh, okay, the feeding part. But
Yeah, I'll take
yeah,
that part
if
out of
somebody,
the title.
why? It's quick.
Okay, go for it.
Well, to finish off the other part, if somebody like, you have to sit down and ask yourself, am I happy? Is this bringing me peace? Do I really miss this person because of who they are or what they've done for me? Because I feel like that's what it is when people from my past come around. And I'm not trying to sound like I really don't want to sound like I'm this fucking angel and shit and like I never did anything wrong to anyone. Of course I did. And I did apologize for what I've done. Now it's up to them to forgive me or not. I really don't care. Like I've already done what I've done. So I think um they miss something, and it shouldn't be me. It shouldn't be that they miss me. It should be they should try and be better people. Because I think the people that have tried to come back to me are people that I showed that they were worth being loved. And no love is perfect, I guess. That's, I don't know, because you and I are, I guess, in my opinion. But
And it's facts. Continue.
work for it. You have to work at it. It's not something that's just gonna. You can't. There's no coming back. I'm not gonna. There's nobody in my past, and I'm just gonna make that fucking clear. There's nobody from my past that I miss. There's nobody from my past that I'm like, fuck. That's the one that got away. I'm never gonna go back there. I'm not there anymore. I've grown from that. You know, it was our time at that time, but it's not our time anymore. It's done. You should move on. And so that was that. You know, we're done. Period. I think, unless you got something to say about it.
No,
Okay.
we got more. We got upcoming episodes where I can say all that shit as many times as I want. So
Yeah. And so the second part of this is I had made a list about how to cleanse and how to meditate and pray and all that stuff. And there was one thing that I wrote which I had told Adi to I guess fill it in, but we never really got to it. And just real quick, it's feeding for your spirits, and I think you should talk about that because you're the one that taught me how to do it. Um, yeah, but I think it's important because some people don't know how to do that, and their spirits are dying off. I can feel that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I am gonna go because I have to. It
So you
might be
want me
kind
to
of late.
finish that part up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, babe. And I guess I kind of like your audience, even though it's boo that guy all the time.
Mm-mm.
Well, thank you for having
Yeah,
me, babe.
let's show Rob that he's not the reason why people aren't showing up.
I saw the numbers
So
from the last show, so thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate it. But thank you, babe, for having me, and I'll talk to you in a bit.
yes, babe. Thank you for
I love
being on
you.
the show. I love you, baby.
Bye.
I'm back. And that was just right. So yeah, okay. I had no idea that I was gonna be finishing off the show teaching you guys how to feed, but it's important to wrap, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And let me give you guys a little disclaimer, okay? If you're a piece of shit, if you're trying to dabble in black magic, dark magic, you're just a negative piece of shit. You rather side with the devil and the demons, and you're the one that's toxic in a relationship. If you're a narcissist, you're manipulative. If you're hoeing, or if you're just a man whore, like you walk around with that I'm an asshole and I love it type of attitude. Like if you know that you are a piece of shit, and you think that you're gonna use my teachings as part of your tactics to fucking get what you want, you could just fuck all the way off with that shit. Because spirituality, Masao, God, spirits, entities, angels, demons, they all fucking know you. So that the teachings that I'm teaching is not and is never ever ever gonna side with you if you try to use it in this way. Period. So I have to give that disclaimer because a lot of people, they try to learn shit and then they try to twist it and use it and move it in their favor to fucking get what they want, to treat other motherfuckers like shit. No. So I don't know why Rob wanted to talk about feeding, but I'm just gonna teach what I've taught him. And the whole purpose of this is that if you guys believe in karma, and if you guys believe in angels, if you guys believe in good vibes, because a lot of people, they always say like, oh, good vibes only, karma's a bitch, and all of these things. I don't think they really like know like what it is. They just say it, right? Because they just know it from the surface. But feeding in my culture is that when you are sitting down to eat a meal, you just take a pinch of your food. Doesn't matter what it is. You take a pinch, a piece of your food, and you just set it aside for your spirits, for your guides, for your angels. That is for them, that you are, it's almost like sharing a feast with them. Because you should be thankful that you're having a meal. Like, you should be thankful for everything that you have, whether it's material things or, like your job, your family. It's just like a little extra prayer, but it's a physical thing that you set aside for your entities, for your spirits. And they have to be, fueled. Like, you have to, share your peace, your space with them, for, like, extra protection. Sometimes when you set a piece of your meal with them, all of your emotion is put into that little piece of food that you're setting aside. And you have to do that. It's an offering that's not like, that comes from you. If you are a person that doesn't like to share, it's gonna show your spirit. Like, you're showing your spirit that you're pretty much like a piece of shit. So for us, in my culture, in my tribe, that is a very big, powerful thing, that you do that for your spirit, because we do have spirits with us. There are spirits around that don't necessarily belong to us, but there are entities that are walking around. And if you set food aside, you're inviting them to eat with you, because sometimes these spirits are lost. They don't belong to anyone. Sometimes these spirits are trapped. They're looking to belong, or they're looking to be released, and that's what you're doing for them. So the more that you feed, every meal to these entities, that's like your own little community, so to speak. And when you're done with your meal, you're supposed to take that feed with you outside. You're supposed to pray to the sun, pray to, like to have peace on earth. You pray to nature, and you set your food out somewhere in nature. Like, you just set it on the side of the road, or you could take it to the park. But the most important thing is that you set it towards the west, and you put it in sunlight. If the sun's already down, you still pray. You pray in the direction of when the sun went down, so that any negative thing that you're holding, any negative thing, anything that makes you sad, all your worries, your troubles, you're actually putting it into your feed. So when you take it out and you put it to the west, the sun takes all the negative, anything that makes you feel shitty, everything that you prayed about, the sun is going to take it with him and dispose of it at sundown. On the other side of the world, he's taking your troubles out of that day, and he's taking it with him to, that's just another way of cleansing yourself. So one last thing that I wanna say is that when you put your food out, let's say you put it on the sidewalk, or let's say you find a little ant, an insect. If you put it near an insect, if they go to it and eat it, that's typically a good sign. It means that you're not a threat to them. And when an insect takes it, it is also like a blessing, because insects, they typically go underground. So it's almost like you're planting a seed, for growth. That's what the insect is doing for you if the insects take your food. Same thing with birds. If you put your food on a gate, like on a wall, and if birds come to eat it, that's a good sign too, because that just means that they're taking your food, they're consuming it, and they're taking your prayers up to the heavens. That's what that means. If you set your food aside and the insects don't take it, that means that whatever hex or bad juju is attached to you, that you're gonna need a little bit more prayer. That's what that means. Don't get freaked out if they don't take it. Just say, okay, that's it. They're just letting you know that it's a lot more serious than what you thought it was. It's just, they're just letting you know that, okay, the issue that's bothering you is a big deal, that we can't take your food at this moment. So just say, okay, like I gotta do more praying. I need, I need to do more prayer every single meal. And this is something that you should do all the time. This is something that you should never stop doing. I feed every single meal, every single day. And that's the same thing with birds. If birds don't eat your food that you put out, again, they're just letting you know that, okay, it's not, this prayer isn't finished. This prayer isn't done. So that just means that you got to do a lot more. And just leave it there. You don't have to pick it up and throw it away. Just leave it out in nature. And let the sun do its thing. So I hope that helps, with you all in your prayers, your worries, your troubles. Just set a pinch of food aside. And when you're done, just take it outside. Just put it in the sunlight. And just leave it there. And the sun and nature will take care of it. They'll hear you out. They'll listen to your prayers. And they'll all get to know you. Whether it's the insects, nature, the birds, the entities, the sun, everything. They're all going to know you. And another thing is that if you continue to keep doing it and your food is still sitting out there, no insects came to collect it, no birds came to eat it, that's telling you that you are not a good person. Because nature and animals and insects will tell you. That's their way of telling you that you are not a good person. And you have to change. If you want your prayers answered, you have to change. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. And if you guys have any questions about any of these things, do not hesitate or feel any type of way of reaching out to either me or Rob. All our endeavors are in the description. Just reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions. All right? And yeah, it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And if you're listening to this live, thank you all so much for listening. And if you're listening to this on the playback, don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And we will check you guys back here on Monday. All right, you guys have a beautiful and safe weekend. And talk to you guys then. Peace.